Adventure in Pipeman on W4CY Radio.
No light in your bright blue eyes. I never knew day or night could be so violent. A revelation in the light of day.
This is the Pipeman here on the Adventures of Pipeman W4CY Radio, and I'm here with
Jesse from 10 Years.
Yes, here at Welcome to Rockville.
Yes, sir.
Or Welcome to Code Yellow.
Welcome to Rainville.
I know, right?
Yeah. It's Florida, though. It's what happens.
It's to be expected. Like,
yeah.
Especially this time of year, 3-4 o'clock, you can guarantee there's going to be a thunderstorm no matter what.
Absolutely.
It's like I use it as my alarm clock during the day.
See, we did a tour with way back in the day called Project Revolution with Lincoln Park and Chris Cornell, and our slot time was 5 o'clock, and they called us the Rain Band because it just happened all over the country that way.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're the reason we're Code Yellow.
It's all our fault. Yes, rain dance.
We need to stop that.
I know, we need to just go ahead and play and get it over with, and that way it all goes away.
Well, maybe what you should do is, like, play a rain song.
The Rain song.
There you go.
Led Zeppelin, yeah.
I was thinking that, too, right after I said it.
Yeah.
And we did just have Jason Bonham doing the Led Zeppelin experience the other day.
That's so awesome.
Right?
That's crazy, yeah.
The singer, he sounds so much like Plant, too.
Dude, the ability for people to mimic and pull off, and just the level of skill that musicians are at now is insane. It's insane.
I think we're making a comeback with musicianship, because a few years back I was like, man, like, we need real musicians again, and leads, and, jamming and all that.
I do think that fashion and culture and music and everything, it goes in waves, but
yes,
if something has substance and authenticity, it will last. It might come up and down, but it will always come back around.
You know what I think too, okay? I look at bands like that I've interviewed, like a Leonard Skinner or anybody like that, and icons are always these nicest people that have no clue they're a rock star, and I think that's the key, because to really be a true musician, you don't give a shit about becoming a rock star. You just want to play music.
You couldn't say it better. I mean, the main focus should always be the love and the passion of the creativity of it, and let the chips fall where they may. If you're a rock star on stage, and when you see somebody play live and you're, oh my God, that's a rock star, and then they get off stage and they're like Michael Jackson with a high-pitched voice, it's like, but when he's on stage, he's a killer. And
right.
It's just, I think that people talk, everybody that's ever met me or knows me, they're like, you're so normal. I'm like, because the character I'm on stage, I'm an entertainer at that point.
I love that you just said that.
Yeah, I'm a character on stage because my job live is to be an entertainer, and then to write and create is what I do personally with myself, and that's where I fall in love with it, and then I learn how to display it and entertain it to the masses in a way that hopefully portrays the song.
Yeah, and listen, as somebody that would be in the audience, I can totally tell if somebody's dialing it in, if they're having fun,
yeah,
and like, part of fun of live music is it isn't perfect.
That's absolutely it. And like, for us, we can travel 10 hours to play for 30 minutes to an hour. So when we're on stage for that time, that's when you really get lost in the moment. And people, like I interviewed earlier today, like, what advice do you give? And I'm like, get lost in the moment. When the music is happening, don't pick you can video it and get your phone out, but like, really get lost in the moment, and enjoy that you are here and you're not watching this at home on a YouTube.
It's funny because I was just talking about this with my son the other day, and then he made a comment like being funny, like, you do that. I'm like, yeah, when I'm doing the media, and it's for like 30 seconds. Because I said it annoys me when people are out there recording the whole video, watching the whole set with their phone, and they'll never look at that video ever again.
Yeah, when I have them right front row and center doing that, and their phone's up the whole time, I'll just come over and mess with them. I'll just pull their phone down to about where their chest is. Like, I don't care if you keep your phone up. Just look out of your own eye holes.
Yeah.
The perspective's a lot nicer than looking through a little screen. So I don't know. It's maybe because we're a little old school, and we're probably that weird trend, that that transition of being alive before the internet and then being alive while the internet's so present now. So we get it from being lost in the moment.
Totally. And like back in the day when I was a teenager, like we didn't have phones, we didn't have internet, and you didn't think about all that. I think about that every time I jump into a pit and I hand somebody my phone. I'm like, I didn't have to do that when I was a teenager.
No. I mean, at this point, we kind of are cyborgs. You know, we are always on. We are always living in the entertaining, just constantly entertaining around the clock. But that's what I'm saying. When you've come and you've paid tickets, or you're like us, you're performing, like, get lost in the moment while you're here. Rockville's happening right now. Be here, be present. I
think true of the artists too, you know?
Yeah.
And funny, you mentioned about what you do. Did you see, because it went everywhere, several years ago what Corey Taylor did one time?
I don't know. I mean, we were blessed enough to tour with him with Stone Sour, and he would go out after shows. This was on Family Values tour many, many years ago. And he would go out with an acoustic guitar out in the crowd, unexpected into the parking lot, and play. And he did this 15, 20 years ago.
That's so cool.
And it's just like, wow, that is someone that loves the moment, loves the act of playing music. And it's not about how famous you are. It's about enjoying actually doing it.
Yeah. And there was one gig that somebody was holding the phone, but it was like right in his face. And he kind of moved it away and was like, you know, and he made a comment like, put your fucking phone down. Mm-hmm. You know, as Corey would say it. Like,
absolutely.
Put your motherfucking phone down.
And you will. You're like, oops.
Exactly. You know, so what do you got going on after Welcome to Rockville that the listeners need to know about?
Well, we are currently in the middle of working on new music. We're deep into hopefully having some stuff released late summer this year. We are going to Europe in September and October, Europe, UK. We're trying to squeeze in before we go over to, in like July, August, we're trying to work out some headlining stuff here in the States before going international. And then just when the music comes out, that's when you hit the road.
There it is.
Yeah.
And how does it feel to you as an artist playing in the States opposed to playing in Europe, opposed to UK, opposed to South America?
You know, I would like to say it's all the same and the energy's just the energy, but it is different. It's absolutely different. And I think that in the beginning, back in the day, like we played Rock 'em Ring, Rock 'em Park, and a lot of big European festivals. And America has now modeled after that, and we figured out how to do the same thing, and it feels like that same crazy energy. But like we did a big one in Japan, and they are pin drop quiet between songs, and then if you say make some noise, it's all at the same time, and they hang on every word you say. So it's a different energy, because over here we're just constantly just wide open and screaming. Over there they're so just hanging on every little thing you say to do. So it's a different experience.
That's the second time I've heard that. And
yeah.
So it gives it like a thing of the different cultures and how they act. And now, do you know how it happened that the U.S. festivals have become more like the European festivals? I do.
I'll just throw it out there. I'm just giving, just from touring and seeing it, is obviously Europe they had something. They were doing it right that we just didn't really quite have over here yet. And I know that we were trying to model it after them. I don't know the logistics and the business part of it.
Wimmer, he went to Hellfest.
Okay.
And that's what I was told, went to Hellfest and used that as a model, which is a great model to use.
His name alone is absolutely on the very tip top for throwing this grandiose of a festival. So yes, in the States, he's the man. So yeah.
Like I've been doing his festival since the beginning, and just how he has transformed the industry for festivals here in the U.S., where it used to be more of like a carnival than a festival.
Yeah, we did.
And now it's an experience.
Yeah, we've done all that stuff where it's a traveling thing that's like half a dozen bands. Like we've done Family Values, Project Revolution, Carnival of Madness, like all these things. And then you got like Ozfest, Warped Tour, all that stuff. And it's cool, but like this level of just 4 days in the same place and it's just wide open this is totally, he's pulled it off, because this is Europe vibes all day.
And here's the thing, too, because you already said how he is. in all these years, me doing Wimmer festivals, I always ask the artist how he treats you. Nobody's ever said a bad word, ever.
We've never had any issues. We've always, to run something this large of a scale, there has to be a level of professionalism, which he obviously knows how to do, and the right infrastructure to put underneath it to make it happen. But when we show up, it happens. The only thing we have to do is dodge the weather. That's it. But other than that, it goes off without a hitch.
Well, you know what's great, too? As an artist, this is like the most stressful thing you could probably do. It's not usually necessarily your gear, you know, and you got to load in. And if you have stress for load in, that's no good for the show. Yep. And I've never heard artists feel stressful being at a Wimmer Festival.
Yeah, I mean, I think the most stressful part is whenever you're just trying to get the lay of the land and you're walking around and you feel like you're in a scene from Spinal Tap where you're always lost. But that's not his fault. That's just the size of the place.
And I was thinking you were going to say it was, trying to find catering.
That's part of it. Just getting the lay of everything. Like where's our dressing room? Where's catering? And it's just because you have to just get in it. You just got to get out there and find it.
Out of all the Wimmer festivals that you've done, which one's your favorite?
Man, Louder Than Life is incredible.
I love the Media Artist Lounge there. It's pretty cool.
Amazing. I know the name is probably good, but we did, was it the very last Rock on the Range?
Oh, yeah, before it became Sonic Temple?
Yeah, it was epic. It was huge. I mean, the roster was, I had a bunch of bands I loved on it and everything, but like, even the last one, we did Louder Than Life, this last one recently, and it's just a well-oiled machine. Like, it's just awesome that you can fit this much into this.
And it's cool that each festival has a different theme to it. It's like, in Europe, you have all these different festivals, and they're different, and it seems like he's copying that too, but the same person running all of them.
Yeah. You if you have a theme or like a directive or a target to aim at, you can kind of model it all around that, like even down to the part of the country you have it in. If you're going to be out west, it's going to be a drier climate. It's going to be so you give it a different vibe. It's even down to slightly tweaking the genre of music. You know, I mean, he's done a great job.
Totally, and there's been the trials and tribulations. Louder Than Life used to be at a terrible venue.
Oh yeah.
And what did he do? He made the switch real quick. He didn't try to keep forcing the issue. Now the new venue's amazing.
He truly is. We could talk about this forever, but like he's done it right. We've done very ambitious festivals. We did Blue Ridge Rock Fest a couple times. And
were you at the last one? Because I was.
Luckily the last one we did. We said the only way we're doing it is if we do the pre-show on the Thursday or the Wednesday, the day before, and come in, and we did it when it was just Scott Staff by himself and like got in and got out. Like staying in there and getting trapped in there, that's, if you really want to see how to do it wrong, watch that one.
I was there, and it was like Woodstock 99.
Oh, yeah. Or you see the documentary like Fire. Yeah. It's
totally. It was kind of like Fire, too, because like all the outhouses, none of them had ever been cleaned. They're overflowing. People like flipping over golf carts, starting band fires.
The thing is to get this large of a crowd together, and if it starts coming unglued and the tension starts happening, you've got mutiny, man. Like then there's no way you can contain that many people. So you got to keep them happy.
And you know what? I've never been to a Wimmer festival that it gets uncontained with that many people. And we were just I came back, I had to do coverage. There's a pop-up show today for A Day to Remember.
Oh, I was over there. I snuck over there.
You were over there?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was over there, and I'm thinking to myself, like, this is going to be wild to see what happens with the crowd surfing for this. Mm-hmm. And it was totally under control and perfect.
Well, there's ways to handle that. There you can have, if you have overzealous security guards that are like throwing people on the ground and like being aggro, you don't want them at the end catching the people crowd surfing. You want the energy to stay happy. So it's like if they're gonna crowd surf, catch them, get a line to get them right back out. They're gonna do it again. Don't try to police that and tell them no. You tell a crowd no, guess what are they gonna do?
Good luck with that.
yeah, exactly.
Is there anything else you want to talk about what anything you got coming out, anything going on that we haven't talked about yet?
Mainly just keep an eye out for new music. We've like always, musicians always say it. We love what we're doing. We're very grateful to still be doing this for this many years. But like, we're really got our nose to the grindstone on creating some new stuff. So hopefully, just keep an eye out for it. It should be out soon.
I think the music will end up probably being your best, because I think as you evolve as a musician, learn your craft, that's when you really can get creative.
Yeah, and kind of leaning into your identity. I think sometimes identity crisis can happen where you try to be, you did this, so you try to be something so drastically different that it almost is contradictory to what you are. And it's like, own your identity. Know what people like. If you're the best cheeseburger hut around, make cheeseburgers. Don't try to make sushi.
I know, right?
Yeah.
You know, like with M&Ms now, every company's making M&Ms, but it ain't like an M&M.
Exactly.
So there you go. So there's nothing like 10 years.
Got to keep it real.
And hopefully we have avoided the codes, and it'll be a great rest of the day for you and all the rest of us.
We're going to do a sun dance, not a rain dance.
Do it.
Yeah.
Thanks for being on the Adventures of Pipeman.
Dude, thanks for having us.
Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.